Talwalkars first. Results came in last week. Anand Gawande, CF of Talwalkars, is with us now. Anand, morning. Thanks for joining in. When you listed or when the IPO happened, you had indicated numbers of 70 crores plus for top line and closer to 8.5 crores in terms of PAT. Are the reported numbers therefore just a little bit short of expectations?
No, then actually the numbers are in line. These are the standalone numbers of the company. They do not take into account our associate company and subsidiaries. These numbers have been given by us on a standalone basis because that was a requirement as per what was to be given on the regulatory front. On the consolidated front, the turnover is about 75 crore and the PAT is about 8.2 crore.
Anant, morning. So on a standalone basis for FY11, what are you guiding to, both in sales and profits?
Mithali, about 30 seconds I'll move you through what has happened. Since 31st March, we opened 5 new health clubs. 16 more open in this quarter. The number of cities will increase from 26 to 41 by 30th September 2010. After which we will start work, we have already started work on 27 health club for which we raised money from the IPO. These will start between November 010 and March 011. I believe my sense of the current year is that we will do a turnover of about 110-120 crores for the current year. Our PAT margin last year, Mithali, then has increased from about 9.5% to about 11%. We will endeavor to keep it where it is or try to increase it a little more through combination of good product mix. So I think at a PAT level we should be able to see a PAT of between 17 and 18.5-19 crore for the current year.
So your guidance during listing for FY11 was 7.5 to 8 rupees per share in terms of an EPS. You'll stick with that?
I would stick my neck out with that, Mithali. I think we will be able to achieve that growth for 2 reasons. All the new health clubs which I opened, and they opened in diverse places, Bhubaneswar, Bhopal, we opened these 2 in the last couple of weeks, Calicut, and the response has been very encouraging. We are opening in more new mid-towns like Agra and Rajmundry, Kakinada, Nellore. We expect the response to be encouraging even there. I think essentially the impact of the 27 gyms or health club of the IP will come only in the last quarter of the current year. But we will get the full impact of almost all the other gyms.
How have margins improved? Is it that rentals are down or any other element of cost is down, enabling you to improve margins, Anand?
Critically, what has happened is we have tinkered a bit with our incentive structure for the staff purpose. But more than that, the rents in the smaller towns or middle towns is obviously considerably lower than what it is in the bigger towns. So what happens is that impact is felt by us because rent accounts for a reasonable, substantial percentage of our total revenue. And if that moves down, the EBITDA margin as well as PAT both will move up in consonance with that.
There's one niggling concern for your investors that apparently other members of the extended Talwalkar family are also starting and running gyms using the same brand name. Do you see that as a potential threat?
Uday, actually I had mentioned it even last time. I'll continue mentioning it on this show and otherwise. We will be touching about 105 health club by the end of this year with about 55 to 57 cities in about 20 states. The brand which we own, which is Talwalkar with the flaming T logo, is only exclusively used by us here. Talwalkar is a surname and hence like any other surname you do not have the control of how the surname can be used by any other family member. But I do not believe that is going to be a considerable threat because to move from about 1 or 2 cities to 55 to 60 cities is not going to be an easy task for any health club chain. It's not just Talwalkar, any health club chain.
How many gym additions do you plan to do in the key metros though, Anant, in FY11?
In the current year, the total number of health clubs which we will set up are between 38 and 40, out of which about 16 to 18 will be in the metro and mini metros, Mithali. The balance will be in the smaller cities, which will be the cities which I mentioned just now, Calicut, Trivandrum, Agra, Jaipur, Jamnagar, Rajkot, all over India. So it's a pretty good combination of the metro mini metros. We are opening in Ahmedabad, we are opening next week in Dombivli. So it's a combination of both metro, mini metros, and a combination of the smaller tier 2, tier 3 cities.
Thanks, Anand. Good luck.
Thank you.
Anand from Talwalkars there with the guidance for the current year.